The top link in the description is my WhatsApp link in case you want to talk to me about something that's bothering you and you feel from the videos you've watched about me talking about different stuff, you feel like I'll be able to help you, iron out whatever that problem is and find a solution. You can hit me up, we'll set up a video call, voice call, or just chat, whichever you feel comfortable with, and then we'll just sort out what the problem is and help you find solutions. The things surrounding fear is just sometimes or most times about what people will think. What will people think about me if I do this? What, what will people think about me if I do that? How will people see me if I try on this thing, or if I try selling them something, if I try making these certain types of videos or something like that? How will people see me if I start talking about this or if I start doing this? Like, it all revolves around what others will think of you. I won't say that I've gotten over this fear, but or this aspect of fear, but I say that at least I've actually attempted to come out of it. And one example is starting this YouTube channel where I'm coming to now start talking to a camera, something like that I've not really been used to, or something I hated doing, like sitting down and talking to a camera. I really hated doing that because of how cringe it is after recording and then now watching yourself talk. Because basically, when you start something that you're not used to and then you watch how you do in the video, and then you now start feeling cringe because you're not really good at it. Like, you feel bad for yourself because you're not really good at it and you don't want to do it anymore. So that's why you now feel cringe, and then you say, "Oh, I'm not going to record myself again." Both from recording yourself on video and also like listening to yourself talk on voice recording. That is another thing that previously I was not really good at, or I didn't really like doing it because it's cringe. You hear yourself talk or watching yourself is cringe. But it's not. I've done this thing like over 100 times now. I don't think it's up to 1,000, but I think it's over 100 times now. I've been recording myself over and over again. It's actually quite easy now for me to just sit down and record. So I think the next phase now is to just learn how to speak properly, speak well, be more articulative and more into the video. Just more present, more engaging, something like that. Like I said, fear is something that will always, I feel like it will always exist in your mind, it will always exist in you. The other thing is just overcoming it, learning how to overcome it, each one that comes in. Like, what I might be afraid of is not what somebody else might be afraid of. And what somebody else might be afraid of is not what I might be afraid of. So it depends on you, it depends on just being aware of these things and actually taking them into notes, being aware of it, being mindful of, okay, this is what I'm afraid of. Because some people just go around day by day not knowing that they're actually afraid of this certain thing. Because maybe whenever it happens, they just run away from it, so they delude themselves and telling them, like, finding excuses to say that, okay, I don't want to do it. Not saying I'm not afraid of it, I just don't want to do it. You just keep telling yourself, I'm not afraid of it. I just don't want to do it. But whenever you do that thing over and over and over again, it actually builds kind of like a pattern whereby you're always going to be running away from that thing. Like, you're never going to face it head on. So it takes awareness to actually spot these things out when they arise, and at least, even though you're not going to immediately stop being afraid of it, you can just like do it regardless, whatever it is. Sometimes I do it like when maybe an example would just be like, maybe if I'm in a public transport or in the public place and then there's somebody that I can just talk to and ask a question and you know maybe just engage in a conversation with them. This was something that previously I was really not comfortable with doing. Like, I just make up one story in my head that, oh, there's no need for me to do this. So I know there's not if I'm afraid to do it. I just don't want to do it. I just see myself, delude myself and say I don't want to do it. And then I end up not doing it, and then it becomes something that was hard for me to do. So I just like decided to just do it like every time. And whenever I get into a vehicle, I look to my side and always greet good afternoon. And that was something that I just felt somehow uncomfortable doing because it just felt like I was just, let's say, announcing my presence in the vehicle. So it took a while, but I just kept on, doing it every time I entered the vehicle. Sometimes I wouldn't do it, but other times I would. And then that's actually like kind of made it something that I could progressively overload. So that it's not as if I'm trying to do it every time, I'm just trying to do it at least more often. Maybe in a week when you enter a vehicle, let's say 10 times, you can just start by doing it 2 times in a week. And then for you increase to 3 times in a week, and then increase it. And then every time you enter a vehicle, just say, just greet, just look around you, look into the person's eyes and say, good afternoon, good morning, or whatever. And that is something that is quite easy for me to do now. And the next step for me is now actually now trying to like start the conversation from doing that, because usually you need to me I just feel like you need a conversation opener to actually now enter a conversation, maybe what the person is wearing or how the person smells or something. But most time, like, my head is not in that space. Usually when you get outside the vehicle, I'm like, oh, I could have said this, I could have said that. When you're actually there, ideas for conversation don't actually come yet until you get out. So um, again, like I said, fear. If you let it control you, if you let it control your decisions, it will have power over you. So instead of letting it control you, instead of letting it make your decisions, and I'm not saying that anything you feel fear for is something that you should like ignore and just do it. If you're climbing a ledge and you feel fear because you may fall, that's a good sign. Please leave that ledge and go to somewhere safe. I'm talking about kind of like this mental fear, psychological fear. It gets not physical fear. If you are actually in physical danger, please listen to it and get away from there. But if you're not, if it's just like psychological fear, you know that after doing it, you're still going to leave tomorrow, you're still going to go to work tomorrow, you're still going to do what you're supposed to do tomorrow, then by all means, do it. The only fear you should actually be afraid of is physical fear, like something that is going to harm you, that's going to put you in danger. So just try and go against it every time you see it. That thing you're afraid of doing, just do it once. And I promise you that you're going to feel this adrenaline rush after doing it. You're going to feel like so pumped after doing it. All right, until next time.